my name is Eliana Gance. Welcome to Pole Virgins. This channel is aimed at first-time pole dancers and also perhaps more experienced pole dancers who might want to pick up some extra tips and tricks or some drills that they can practice at home. Head rolls and head flicks can add a lot of drama to a performance. Even if you don't have long hair, just the act of flicking your head can be a really nice dramatic movement that can create a bit of excitement in your routine. Now, before we go into any head movements, we're going to make sure that we warm up our neck first, because our neck is a body part that can very easily get sore if you don't look after it. So, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look up and down. We're going to nod our head, yes, no, up and down. We're going to do 5 repetitions of that. Once we've done that, we're going to nod our head from side to side, so like a head shake. We're going to look to the right and to the left. Look to the right, look to the left. And we're going to do this 3 more times to warm up our head and our neck. Last one. There we go. Now we're also going to do some half rolls. So when I talk about a half roll, I'm going to think of bringing my ear to my shoulder. In this case, my right ear. I'm going to think of bringing that to my right shoulder. And then I'm going to roll forward so that my chin is close to my chest. And then I'm going to roll so that my left ear is closest to my left shoulder. And now I'm going to reverse that movement. So going back through the middle, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. And we're going to do that a few more times. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Last one. Now we're going to take it all the way back. So now we're going to look up to the ceiling and keep that circle going. When we get to the chin to chest, we're going to reverse it. We're going to go right ear to right shoulder, looking all the way up. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. And coming back the other way. Now we're going to very gently stretch out the side of our neck. So I'm going to think of right ear to right shoulder, and I'm going to very gently place my right hand on top of my head and very, very gently try and put a little bit of pressure to draw that ear closer to the shoulder. And at the same time, I'm thinking of taking my left shoulder and pressing my hand into the floor so that I should be feeling a nice stretch through the left side of my neck. And now, once we've held that for a couple of seconds, we are going to look down as if we are checking whether or not we put deodorant on today. And I'm going to look towards my right armpit. And again, just very gently bringing my head closer to my armpit. And other side. So I'm going to think of left ear to left shoulder. And I'm going to take my left hand up and very, very gently pull that left ear closer, while at the same time thinking of stretching through that right side of my neck and pressing into the floor with my right arm. And now I'm going to look to my left armpit. Awesome. Finally, I'm going to take both hands behind my head and I'm going to put my chin to my chest. Awesome. So hopefully your neck should be feeling nice and warm. Now with our head roll, I've got my towel underneath my knees for a little bit of support. I just wanted to get down a bit closer to show you the movement of this. Your bare basic head roll movement, the one that you will probably be taught in studios and the one that you will learn from Dave Dot, is pretty similar to what we've just done in our warm-up. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of taking left ear to left shoulder and then rolling chin to chest and taking right ear to right shoulder. But what I'm doing is I'm going to add a little bit of momentum to that so that my hair, now here we go, we've got our little ponytail. I'm going to add a little bit of speed to that so that my hair flicks. So again, left ear to left shoulder, got the hair going, flick over to the right. And you can go back to the left as well. You can go from side to side. So now we've got right ear to right shoulder, flicking back left ear, left shoulder, and flicking back. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking that movement that we practiced in the warm-up to warm up our neck, and I'm just adding a bit of speed to that. That's totally fine, and that will definitely get your audience a bit of excitement and a bit of woo, like if you do that in a performance and you do this, it's kind of cool. It's fun. It gives it a little something. What you can also do is think about bringing the rest of your body into this movement so that you're not just flicking your head, you're also moving your chest and your shoulders as well. And the movement is actually coming more from this chest area, and the head is almost like the last bit that flicks at the very end. So what I want us to think about, I might come up onto my knees here, is I want to think about isolating this chest area. So a little exercise to help with that. I want to think of, I'm going to put my hands on my hips and I'm going to think of taking my chest over to the left. And then I'm going to think of taking it over to the right. And just have a little play around with that feeling. So I'm trying to keep my hips the same so they're not moving. I'm just going to move only my chest from the left to the right, left, right. Now I want to think of forward and backward. I'll turn side on. So I also want to think about my chest going forward and my chest going backward. Chest going forward, chest going backward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join all of that together. Turn around to face the front. So we're going to go to the left, then forward, pushing the chest out, then to the right, and then to the back. Left, forward, right, back. Now I want you to think of joining all those points of the compass together so that it's more of a circle and it's a bit smoother without those pauses in between. So we're just going to take our body around and around and reverse it the other way. So we're going to go to the right, forward, left, back, right, forward, left, back, and then around with a nice big circle. Only moving your chest, trying to keep that lower body as still as possible. So how this movement can feed into your head roll is if you're sitting on the floor, or even if you're holding onto the pole and looking at your audience and you've got your upper body free, is you can think of actually starting that head roll from your chest rather than from your head. And I think that it looks a lot more dramatic and a lot more fluid and liquid if you think of incorporating that chest and your shoulders into that head flick. And I'll show you what I mean. So this is what my head roll looks like without the shoulders and chest movement. That's what we covered before. And now if I think of leading with that chest, so I'm going to think of taking that chest from the right over to the left and drawing that big circle that we worked on before. And now as it's forward, I'm going to think of bringing that right ear to my right shoulder as my chest is actually at the front. So it's almost like the head's a step behind the rest of my body. So as I bring it forward, and then the head catches up. Forward, head catches up, and the other way. And the other way. So it just adds a little bit more something to your head rolls instead of just your basic warm-up neck stretch head roll. Now taking this up to the pole, pretending that this is my pole here and I'm going to be doing a head roll. So I'm going to be standing slightly in front of my pole. My back leg, the one that's closest to the pole, is going to be bent and my front leg is going to be straight, like in my showgirl position. Maybe you've just done a body roll or something like that. And I've got some other tutorials that cover how to do a body roll. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of, again, leading with my chest. So I've just done my body roll and I want to add a little head flick. So I'm going to take my chest towards the pole and tip my head so that it's leaning a bit towards the audience. And then I'm going to do my head flick towards the pole. Just being careful to have a little bit of space between you and the pole or wall, whatever you're using, so that you don't actually bump your head on it. So again, I'm going to take my chest forward and I'm going to arch through my spine and I'm going to lean my head towards the audience and then I'm going to do that flick. Try that the other way. So reversing the position, I'm going to have my left hand and my left foot closest to the pole, or our wall in this case, and my right foot is going to be the one closest to my audience. All right, so I'm going to lead with the chest. I'm going to think of opening up through that chest, and now I'm going to start to lean a little bit towards the audience, or the camera in this case, and I'm going to do my last little head flick as an afterthought. So I'm hoping you can see the difference that makes. It might be quite subtle, but it's the difference between not using your chest, which looks like this, and it's still really cute, but if you use your chest to start that movement and you're arching through your back and you're creating that nice arch shape through your body, it just gives it a little something more, a little bit more attitude compared to this. Okay? Thanks so much. I hope that was really helpful. And if you got something out of this, please drop a comment. Let me know that you like it. Hit the like button. If you enjoyed the content today, be sure to like and subscribe to Pole Virgins for more tips and tricks aimed at first-time pole dancers. I'm Eliana Gance. Thank you so much. Mwah.